Welcome to the Catamount Football Show with Coach Matt Land. I'm Bill Mayo, and this week we're going to take a look back at the game with Allatoona and also the upcoming Halloween week contest with the Osborne Cardinals. So stay right here. We'll be back with more Catamount football after these messages.
With VidLink, OptiLink's exciting new entertainment platform, you'll have the freedom to stream VidLink content on multiple devices, even when away from home. Plus, with VidLink, you can access the widest array of content on the market. You'll get great features like Restart, Replay, cloud-based DVR storage, all HD programming, and so much more. Contact us today to see how you can get linked to the next big thing in video entertainment.
I was tired of being limited by my knee pain.
I fell while riding my bike and needed a partial hip replacement.
I was kicking the ball and I felt a snap.
From joint replacements to complex spinal surgeries, Hamilton Medical Center's experts know how to get you back in the game. Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is Joint Commission certified in hip, knee, and shoulder replacement surgery. If pain is keeping you on the sidelines, get your life back with the help of Hamilton Medical Center.
The holiday season is here. Let Carpet Express help decorate your home. Our warehouses are full of great values on carpet, wood, vinyl, and luxury vinyl planks in the latest styles and trends. And don't worry, because one of the best things about Carpet Express is our professional installation. Floor covering made easy. Shop us online or just stop by either of our 2 locations. Make your selection and we'll do the rest. Light up your home this holiday season with Carpet Express.
All right, Coach Land, let's talk a little bit about Allatoona. Before we do, we need to discuss the black cat here.
Please.
Jim Cook, who worked with the football show for years and years,
That's right.
brought this Halloween week black cat in that used to make an appearance on the Dalton football show years ago. So we thought we would put him up here and let everybody see him and be a part of the show this week.
And it's good to have it back, and it carries on a tradition,
Hopefully
right?
a good omen.
That's right.
Instead of a bad omen.
That's
All right,
right.
so let's talk a little bit about Allatoona. Difficult game.
Oh, absolutely.
We had half a dozen starters out for various reasons, and certainly didn't execute like we wanted to.
Right. Well, you know, the thing that I think about, number one, we keep talking about this, I'm just still proud of the effort that our young men gave. You know, when you look top to bottom, special teams, offense, defense, not one time, not one play, not one moment on that field did we not get complete effort out of everyone that was on that field. The execution, certainly you can look back and talk about drop balls, missed blocks, missed tackles, whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, the perfection was in the effort. We saw great effort out of our young men. You know, and I think that's where it starts. You know, to just kind of get a little bit, talk about our defense for just a moment. I thought our defense game plan was impeccable. Coach Carpenter, Coach Bennett, Coach Hammontree, Coach Thompson, Coach Penny thought they put a great game plan in. And certainly we made an investment in the defense, moving Jameer over. We knew that was going to limit his reps on offense, but, you know, we're just not a team that has the capability of outscoring people. We've got to limit how many, you know, what those points are that we're trying to get. And I felt good about Jarrett coming in on offense and taking up those missed reps by Jameer. So certainly I look at the defense. They played their guts out. Unbelievable opportunities that they provided for the offense, 2 short fields, which we wound up scoring on. So, you know, like I said, that's the thing that you want to look at. The guys that, first of all, had an abbreviated game plan. Obviously, they had some guys missing on 3 or 4 guys on defense that were missing as well. And you know, see those guys execute. Very, very proud of them. Offense, what'd you think?
Well, it felt like we had a good plan going into the game. We had a good beat on how Allatoona was going to line up to certain formations, and they absolutely did none of it. I mean, I have never seen anything like it in my life. I mean, they did nothing for the past 2 years that they've shown on film. They were just completely different in it. And I don't know how much it affected us, but it wasn't what we had been practicing all week and what we had anticipated out of them.
And that's probably where we then begin to miss our experience by missing two of our offensive linemen, and particularly the fact that only one offensive lineman played in his original position because we had to move those guys. So it was like replacing 4 starters on the offensive line, and that's not optimal for when you got people moving into different places and not doing what they've done in the past and what we've worked on.
I think the positive thing was we did capitalize on the 2 short fields, and it wasn't any there wasn't any doubt we were going to score those 2 times, and it was 21-20 with 5 or 6 minutes to go in the game.
8 minutes left to go. I mean, we're within 1 touchdown striking. They get the big play. We have 4 or 5 missed drops there on passes that the quarterback kind of put right there on us. And at the end of the day, I mean, it was within grasp, and we just failed to execute.
A little scary in the kicking game. Ivan took a hit on his plant leg, but
That's
seemed
right.
to be okay, right?
Yeah, seemed to be okay. He finished the game out. He's got some swelling, but there didn't seem to be any damage to that. So that's good that we'll be able to finish the season with him. And like I said, it'll be good for us to be able to kind of go ahead and get into another game this week. Talk about Osborne here in a little while. Hopefully have a good game with them, and then we'll just kind of see where things go from there.
Absolutely. Take a quick break. Be back in just a minute.
Blue. Blue is big. You've got the deep blue sea, the big blue sky, and more people in more countries like blue than any other color. That's big. And in the world of real estate, blue stands for one of the biggest brands, Coldwell Banker. 91,000 agents across 47 countries gives you a super-powered Rolodex and the marketplace muscle of a brand recognized from Indiana to India. So join the blue, join Coldwell Banker, and start doing bigger, better, and bluer things in real estate.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
It's football time again in Northwest Georgia. Not a lot has changed at the Oakwood Cafe since we filmed last season. We are still serving the same fantastic food we have for the past 13 years. Our staff is many of the familiar faces you consider family. Our catering department is the best in North Georgia, serving over 400 people daily. We love this community, and we wake up 6 days a week looking forward to serving you your favorite Oakwood Cafe meal with a smile. Oakwood Cafe in historic downtown Dalton.
We're back to the Catamount Football Show. We've got our coaches interview segment. We've got Coach Rickey Hammontree. Coach, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here, sir.
So let's talk a little bit about, you're a community coach.
Yes, sir.
So before we talk about your responsibilities, talk about what led you into coaching and how do you manage that balance between work and football?
Leading into coaching was, like I said, as you had a lot of your coaches, you had a lot of great influences by Coach Chappell, Coach Matt Land, David Cady, a lot of the coaches I grew up with. And like I said, I started with you. I started out with rec league coaching. Kind of worked in a little bit through the middle schools. With the rec league, I've done it. I did it for 15, 16 years with it, city and the county, and it led into with the high school, not the high school, middle school, with just a kick around with Coach Patrick. Got to introduce him there for about a year or two, and then it got the opportunity to come to the high school, and so it's been a great experience. Love it. Love I consider you guys my family. So it's really been an experience. I love it.
How about the balance between coaching and working? That can present a challenge sometimes, right? I go through the same thing.
Yes, very well. So I mean, you got to have a full-time job, and on top of that, it's a full-time job here, and so it's just it's a balance. You got to work comes first, and you work. And I'm lucky enough with my company, Trans South. They're really good to me to come in and work with me to be here as much as I'm here. So. It's a juggle.
And the good thing with Coach Land, he comes from the same background.
Yep.
Before he became a full-time educator, he understands some of the challenges that we face, and is very good to work with us as far as work schedule and that type of thing, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's talk a little bit on the field. Talk about your responsibilities. the guys that you coach and the position that you take care of?
Yeah, I coach the outside linebackers for Coach Carpenter's defense, and so like I said, it's just I got a great group of guys. Three guys that's the seniors. All of them are very, very not as just good as in the classroom as they are on the field, and I preach that to them. I want them to excel there. So up top on Friday nights, I'm up in the booth for Coach Carpenter, looking at his whatever he's concocted throughout the week, this mad scientist stuff. It's tendencies and down and distance, and relay that back down to him on the sidelines. We adjust, so we can adjust. We're adjusting every series, making adjustments. So
what's been one of the once you kind of got involved with the high school and started coaching and kind of the behind the scenes side of it, what was maybe one of the biggest things that surprised you about coaching high school football? Something, whether it was on the field, off the field, time commitment?
The time commitment to me for the coaches. I mean, it's not just show up for practice, go home. Show up for practice, go home 4 days a week, and then hoorah, we got Friday night.
Right.
There's so much more that goes on at home that these coaches and you yourself, me, we take away from our own personal family and our own kids. So it's we dedicated a lot of time to these kids, and so that was the most surprising, eye-popping thing. When I was here playing, and probably when you was here playing, you took it for granted for what your coaches really. Right. You didn't take it for granted, but you didn't realize what they really. That's right.
What was going on
so,
after hours.
That's right.
On Sundays and Saturdays. And
every day. We'll start meetings on Sunday, and then we go from as soon as we get the film. I mean, it's literally Saturday mornings we get the film. Saturday mornings, we're watching film leading up to the meeting. You have to try to get every game done. Early in the seasons, it's easy. As game 5, 6, 7, 8 get here, then it gets tough, and you're really cramming in a lot of work to get as much as you can to Sunday for Coach Carpenter, for him to whatever this mad concoction he comes up with. So, but we do a lot of work.
All right. So before we wrap up here, update us on your family. You got two sons.
We got 2 boys. Spencer's 16, John's 15. They both
got double handful with those guys.
Yeah, so got 2 wonderful boys. Very thankful for that. They go to Cahulla Creek. They golfers. They love to hunt and fish. They're on a fishing team, and they excel in the classroom. Like I said, they can get better, and so. But I'm very fortunate to have 2 wonderful boys.
Absolutely.
Love them.
We appreciate everything you do and appreciate the passion you bring to the team. And thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, sir.
So right here back with more Catamount Football after these messages.
Buy from the pros who know at Proformance Sports Academy. Our pro shop has one of the largest selections of bats, gloves, and cleats in the North Georgia area, featuring Rawlings, Wilson, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Mizuno, and the largest New Balance cleat dealer in the area. We provide baseball and softball gear for travel leagues, rec leagues, middle school, and high school programs. Get your baseball and softball training, equipment, and uniforms from the former collegiate and professional players who know at Proformance Sports Academy. ProformanceSportsAcademy.com.
Back to the Catamount Football Show and got our player interview segment. Guys, welcome to the show. Introduce yourselves, please.
My name is Ryan Laruy, junior, number 58, defensive line.
My name is Parker Adams, sophomore, number 11. I play free safety.
All right, Parker, let's start with you. Before we talk about your playing career, you've got some family connections to Catamount football. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Well, my grandfather played quarterback here at Dalton, and he actually came back and coached for a little bit. And then I had
Tell us his name.
Lauren Carter. He was actually number 11 as well in high school, and he went on to play at Auburn. And I have a cousin, Leighton Reese, who played defensive end here. I'm not sure what year, but.
So what's it mean to you to be a Catamount, having those family connections? What does that mean to you?
It's special because whenever I got up here and I actually started playing, it was kind of like I don't know, it didn't hit me that I was actually really playing until my family came to watch, and my grandma, who had watched her grandchild and now watching her second grandchild play here. It's special.
So talk about your role on the team. Starting out the season, you weren't playing every down and like you are now. So kind of talk about the development and what's put you in this position.
Well, I started the Northwest game, and that was my first official start. And then I've started every game since then. And free safeties, it's like a leadership role on defense. I wouldn't say it's the same as quarterback on offense, but it's there. You have to make sure everybody's in the right spot, from all the way from your corners to your outside linebackers to your inside linebackers, making sure everybody knows the coverage and just really just getting everybody like excited and get a third down stop or something like that.
So when the other team breaks the huddle and comes up to the line, what are some of the first things? You're on the back end of the defense, maybe 15 yards off the ball, something like that. What are you looking at? What are some of the keys that you're looking at when they line up?
How many receivers they have, which side they're on, where's the strong side at, where the backs and the quarterback is, where they're lined up, just how far apart the receivers are, just to make like a check into what coverage we want to be in, stuff like that.
So tell me about this season for you. What's been maybe one of the biggest surprises for you playing so much varsity football this year? What's something that's in the game or the speed of the game or something like that you thought, wow, okay, I've got to get adjusted to this?
Well, going from freshman ball to varsity was a big difference, really big difference. So getting used to the speed of the game, like your angles on how to attack the running back and receivers is very, very different.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing a great job. Thanks for coming on the show. Thank you. All right, Ryan, let's talk to you. So tell me about your role in the Catamount defense.
I mean, kind of started off playing not every down. Mostly was third down, third and long, quicker off the ball, just more of like a speed on the field. Mm-hmm. And then come Harrison game started, had to learn how to use my size to my advantage, how to use the offensive lineman against their size to their disadvantage, and just how to use the fact that I'm not the biggest lineman out there, so I have to use every possibility, every edge I can. So, I mean, it's mostly my contribution this year has been mostly my speed and trying to get off the ball fast and quick and trying to get back there.
So you see some really big tackles and guards in our league. Talk about matching up with some of those guys, because you're not 6'5", 6'4", 280 pounds. I mean, you've got to battle with those big guys out there.
Well, mostly it just starts off, I have to use my hands. I can't let them get on top of me. I guess got to do my assignment, got to do my job and do what I'm coached. As long as I do that, I've matched it pretty well. Got to use my speed. That's what's helped me so much, getting past them on pass protection or when they're dropping back. Just using that speed to get past them or get their hands off me is what's really kept me from not getting driven back 10 yards.
Right. Who's been in your opinion, the best offensive line that we've played so far this season? What would you say? Which team?
Best offensive line, Allatoona was definitely up there. They're not as big, but they're definitely fast and they're definitely aggressive. Mm-hmm. Creekview was a good one. Definitely Harrison, really great offensive line.
I think they had a pretty good one, right? With running the wing T.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Pretty good group, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's been a challenge. Well, you guys have done a great job. Certainly appreciate everything you do. And one of the great things is you're both back next year for more football, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for coming on the show. So right here back with more Catamount football after these messages.
Hi, my name is Charles R. Hicks Sr. I'm the owner of Transformers Transmission and Complete Auto Repair Specialist. We have some exciting news. We are expanding to Sugar Road.
That's right, brother. We are building a brand new 30,000 square foot automotive repair facility to better serve our community.
Also want to let you know that we are still open at 815 East Walnut Avenue for all your automotive needs. From the Transformers crew,
Thank you and God bless.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
The twins came sooner than expected.
The nurses cared for me and my baby. I chose Hamilton because I trust my doctor.
Hamilton Medical Center is home to beautiful new arrivals every day. Each child and each delivery is unique. Hamilton is prepared with a Level 3 neonatal intensive care unit and comfortable rooms and amenities. Hamilton Medical Center, serving you and your family with compassion, healing, and excellence.
All right, we're back to finish up our player interview segments. We've got one player this time. Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Brant Bagley. I'm a junior, number 53, play guard and center.
All right, Brant. So let's talk about you. You're new to the Catamount program this year. Came in from Boyd Buchanan in Chattanooga. Certainly glad that you're here. But talk a little bit about, same question that we talked to Parker about. You've got a lot of family history with the Catamount football program. Talk about that first.
Yes, sir. Well, my granddad played here. He played defensive line, and he was on the one state championship teams Dalton's had.
Tell his name.
Donald Bagley.
He had a twin brother that played as well, right?
Twin brother Donald that played. And then my dad and uncle played here at the same time. He played center, too, as well. He was number 53 as well.
And he went on and played at UTC?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell me about coming in. You left. You're a junior now. You guys moved from Chattanooga to Dalton, so you came into the program. Tell me how it was coming in as kind of the new guy on the block and fitting in with the rest of the, especially particularly the lineman group.
Well, I came in, first few plays, got in. You know, it was at Pickens camp, I believe it was. And they really accepted me and, you know, had to help me learn the plays because, you know, showed up first day going live was kind of a challenge. But, you know, I adapted well and they accepted me really well, so that helped a lot.
Talk about our group of linemen that you work with. We got some pretty good guys up front, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
think you guys seem to get along really well and enjoy being around each other.
Yes, sir. Starting at center, you know, I had to make all the calls at the beginning, so they really had to look to me at the beginning. But it worked well because, you know, I had Manny and Ozzy who both were returning starters. And so that was good to have them. And then Saul and Idre as well, both really helped me along too. And we get along very well.
Yeah, and then we've got Hunter and Amari Vasquez that work with us as well with our first group. And so it's been an interesting development, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're also a two-sport guy. Tell us about your other sport.
I play baseball as well for exposure baseball and then start playing with Dalton this spring.
What position?
A third and first.
Third and
pitch.
first. And pitch.
Yes,
I didn't
sir.
know you were a pitcher as well.
Yes, sir.
So tell me your impressions of being a part of the Catamount football team. What has it, this first season, obviously it hadn't gone exactly the way we wanted it to, but your first time through 9 games so far, what's your impression and what's it been like?
Well, when I first came in, I was expecting it to be a lot about football, but coming in, I started to learn it was more about, you know, faith and family and becoming a family more than football. And that football came second. That was really a shock to me, but with the winning tradition as well, and it being all around God, you know.
Yeah. So how did that make you feel? I mean, that were you said you were surprised?
Yes, sir. Coming from a Christian school, it wasn't a new thing to me, but it just kind of shocked me that was the main focus. But because that was the main focus, we were still so good.
Yeah. How about the first time you got to put this on, and what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot because, you know, my granddad and dad had all worn it, and
Right.
you know, grandmother chalked it up as well. You know.
So very good. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. We're glad you're here. And like the other guys that were on, you'll be back next year for your senior year, along with the rest of our offensive line, right?
Yes, sir.
We're expecting big things out of you guys.
Yes, sir.
All right. Stay right here, back with more in just a minute.
The holiday season is here. Let Carpet Express help decorate your home. Our warehouses are full of great values on carpet, wood, vinyl, and luxury vinyl planks in the latest styles and trends. And don't worry, because one of the best things about Carpet Express is our professional installation. Floor covering made easy. Shop us online or just stop by either of our 2 locations. Make your selection and we'll do the rest. Light up your home this holiday season with Carpet Express.
My name is Kelsey Harmon, and this is the Chick-fil-A Cow, and Chick-fil-A Dalton is excited to announce that we will be teaming up with the Dalton High Quarterback Club again this season. We will be providing fans with an awesome tailgate experience starting at 5:30. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and visit our tent for dinner before the game. As always, Chick-fil-A reminds you to eat more chicken and go Big Red.
Oh, who's this old guy?
Oh, that's Cooper. Most people like to adopt the younger dogs, but one day your time will come, huh, Cooper?
Sweetheart, what about this puppy?
Honey puppies. Mommy, Daddy, that's it, that's the one.
The Coldwell Banker Homes for Dogs project has helped find homes for thousands of shelter dogs.
How's your tea?
Because our agents don't just understand real estate, they understand what home is all about.
Now we got the highlights such that they are. It was a little rainy, misty, kind of cool night.
And all those things that rhyme with that, right?
Yes, exactly.
One of those nights. You know what? A great showing by our fans. You'll see here. We had a good crowd. It kind of moved in as the game went on. And that I know they liked us because half our stands over at when we came through, they were all over at the concession stands. Right. Great job here. Our defense made a couple plays. They like to do a little extracurricular stuff. You see right here, just a little counter play. Number 3, very, very good athlete, and certainly
you don't see this offense much. It's the good old I formation.
That's right.
One of my favorite formations.
Pastimes.
That's right. Love the I.
For us. So we went 3 and out. Defense comes out right here, and you see once again they get a steady diet of number 3. Had about 2 different fullbacks, and basically tried to get him out. And here you see the quarterback who had a really good arm and had the ability to run real well. But our defense did a good job of containing him. Here you see John Ross. You see Jack Ridley trying to stand outside, keep him contained. And good job right there. Good job by those guys. Like to see the excitement there by Jackson Wells. Here you see just a little waggle, and they'd thrown one earlier to get down there. Great pursuit right there by John Ross again, coming from the backside, making a big play. You'll see it right here, working across the front, coming through, and then you'll see right here, boom, good tackle.
Good job of running. Good job of pursuing.
Absolutely. Got a good motor. Going to be excited to see John back next year. So to come back, and after the touchdown, they kick a field goal and go up on us 10-0 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Come back, just a quick pass to Bryce. Gains about 5 or 6 yards right there. So a good start to a drive. Counter play. We just never really could get Jameer on track the other night.
No, we couldn't. I mean, we kind of intermittently had him. We'd bring him over from defense and let him play with us a little bit. Big thing was keeping him in the defense, committed to being able to shut down their big receiver, which he did. He only had really 1 big catch on the night. But you see right here, just great speed, get outside.
End up having to punt.
Good solid night out of Sam Carlson snapping this week.
Ivan does a good job. Good job by the cover team getting down there.
Yeah, Lane's got to keep his head up and keep his eyes open, make that tackle right there. So right here, you see him collapse the defense down right here, trying to run just a little power and lead. Good job right there by Justin Ketchum and Christian Lama right there, and Jack Ridley coming up in there, and of course Jameer right there on the backside.
We run that play quite a bit, just a good old counter play.
Absolutely.
Comes a toss sweep.
Going to second quarter right here, that's right. Little tall sweep, gets outside. Good job by Justin Ketchum making that play right there. 2nd and 5, and good job right here by our defense, bowing its back. Getting a good stop. Good stop. We needed that right there. Once again, right there, comes through, sets up the goal, sets up the hole.
Yeah, Ethan Arnold penetrating. I think we weren't sure he was going to play.
Yeah.
Early in the week, he'd had some back issues, right?
That's exactly right. Once again, right there, a little hold on Lane, and he still makes the play. Good job by Ethan and Christian making a play. And here you see one of the plays that they snapped the ball over the punter's head, one of 2 on the night. Gives us a short field at the 12-yard line.
Come back with a buck sweep, and Jarek does a good job of bouncing. He gets it down to about the 3-yard line there, 4-yard line. Just straight ahead dive to Tice, and he takes it in his zone. That was a good push by the offensive line guys up front. So we make it 10-7.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. So 10-7. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Get a good kick here out of Ivan getting it down and kicking it in, getting the touchback. Here they come back and run this little power G, little lead G scheme. Good job right there by our defense limiting. Here you see good pressure right here, and but he just threads the needle, gives it to the number 1 receiver, and then right here, great job stripping by Jameer, and then getting the recovery himself. So great play right there, and certainly I didn't know if they need any help right there. I wanted to let them know that. But a great job. That's
in there. He's a lot of excitement. I like that.
That's right.
I like the
that's right.
excitement.
Thought our sidelines was really engaged. Did a good job. Here you see a scramble by Landon picking up 9 yards.
Yeah, good coverage by them. There wasn't really anybody open, and he did the right thing, pulled it down and ran it. But we ended up having to kick. Can't take advantage of the turnover right there.
No, and what an outstanding kick right here. It's exactly what we needed to flip the field and get it down, put the ball on the 10-yard line. Come back and run the sweep on us. Good job right there by Jack Ridley setting the corner, and then good flow and good pursuit right there by Christian Lama. Another good job of penetration right there by Gabe Hill, staying with it. Once again, great tackle right there by our defensive line.
Come back on offense. Got a little reverse here.
Good block by the quarterback.
Yep. Good job. Good hard running by Tice.
Pick up 8.
But again, just can't sustain the drive. And they come through and they hit Ivan. That's the
a little scary.
Yep, play where he got hit, and he uses his soccer background and gets a 15-yard flag on the.
That's exactly
or
right.
a yellow card.
That's exactly right.
On the other team.
So 10-7, we go in close, ready to come back out for the second half.
With VidLink, OptiLink's exciting new entertainment platform, you'll have the freedom to stream VidLink content on multiple devices, even when away from home. Plus, with VidLink, you can access the widest array of content on the market. You'll get great features like Restart, Replay, cloud-based DVR storage, all HD programming, and so much more. Contact us today to see how you can get linked to the next big thing in video entertainment.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
Coach Thompson getting them pumped up right there before we come back out to start the second quarter. Stretched them up, got them ready to go.
Started out kind of back in the hole on this. This is the third down play. Jameer's almost able to pick up the first down right there, but unfortunately got a kick again, which was the story of the night.
Yep. Short kick, but we did get a good roll out of it. And here, you know, I don't know how that technically the ball's marked down where he touches the ball. He didn't really know what to do. And so we had to kind of mitigate through that, but wound up giving him the ball at midfield. Come back and run just a trap on us right there. Good job by Christian Lama working across the backside face. Good job right there making it bounce outside, and good job by Ethan Arnold. Ethan played a great game, as you mentioned earlier. There's a lot of doubt. Didn't practice a couple of days this week with a bad back.
Hold him to a field goal. They had an excellent kicker as well.
Boy, he was automatic.
We talked about that earlier. We've seen a lot of good ones. So it makes it 13-7, 4.5 minutes in the third quarter. Kick off to us, and this is one of the few kicks that didn't go in the end zone.
Great return right here by Jameer.
Good burst when he gets in the hole.
No doubt.
There's the kicker trying to make a
That's
tackle.
right. That's exactly right.
That was a kicker tackle.
Good highlight right here. We got a great wedge. Stays inside. Everybody stays tight. Gets good push right there. And then a good job right there just holding on and getting down.
32 was holding on for.
Yeah, he was holding on for dear life.
Yep.
But we go 3 and out. Forced to punt.
Gets a good roll.
Yeah, good roll. Great job right there. Penetration, once again, great job by Christian Lama. Called his name a lot that night. Good pressure right here by John Roth. And how that right there is not, I mean, crazy.
So
You got to
close.
catch that ball right there.
So close.
Yeah. But what's this right here on John Ross? I mean, crazy. And to me, that looked like a catch. You look like, supposedly the ground's not supposed to knock the ball away, but obviously it did. So right there, a little hold on Christian Lama, but a great job of our guys pursuing down the field right there. And certainly they do make the call right there on him after he tackled Christian. Good job right there.
Trying
once
to run
again.
a draw play.
Yeah, I tell you, Christian had a monumental game. He and Ethan and John really were solid. And then right here is just a big play right here. They 4th and 2, put the ball out there and get an interference call and wind up picking up a big play right there and scoring on us and taking the ball now. It's taking the score now 20-7.
Good throw and catch to Tyus right here, just on a little quick slant play. Get it up to about their 42 or 43 yard line. Good protection by the guys up front. Nice job of keeping his balance right there and continuing to run.
Yeah, good job, Tyus, on that run right there. Good catch by Hendry.
Yep. Good job of getting down in there and catching the ball just a little bit short, a couple yards short of a first down right there. So we can't get the first down and give them the ball back.
We wound up getting the penalty, moving us back to 4th and 7. Then it was a 4th and 12. Wound up not being able to get it on a reverse pass. Good job right here by John Ross and Austin Hackney. Ready to come up right there, Austin and Landon Cox. Good job. And then another miscue, another over snap, and a good job right here. And he tried to kick it, wound up blocking it. Good job right there. Thought we was going to scoop and score there, but they wound up recovering it right there on the 3. Once again, you'll see it here. He does a good job of fielding it. Really should have kicked it out right there, but winds up holding it. Then I don't know which one, may have been Sam there or Nikki that got the block. And then right there, we tried to scoop and score. Couldn't get it, but that's okay. So we get 1st and goal at the 3 yard line.
Good push, get it right down there. Thought he had scored right there, but he got down at the 1 foot line, and then Landon does a nice job of sneaking it in.
Yeah, he's learned a little bit from that first week.
Absolutely.
One area that we can say that there's some growth in. We know how to quarterback sneak now.
Good sneak. Good job of getting low and driving with his legs. He stood up the first couple of times we tried to sneak.
Yep. So, man,
right
here
there,
we are.
2014. I think you looked at me and said we're going to win 21-20, and I said
right.
I said that is exactly right. We had our sideline had that feeling. It just felt like it was headed that way.
Good job by our defense. They come out and make a strong stand right here. Good job by Jameer turning it in. Good job right there. Once again, Ethan Arnold, Christian Lama, Jackson Wells, a lot of hats around the ball. Come back and run a sweep to the field. Another good play by Lane Cox. Lane's had a good solid year for us this year on third down. So now we're 4th and 1. And, right here, we got to stop them. We got to stop them right here. And they come out and run the play and run just a sweet power right there. And, of course, he hits us right in the seam. Great job there, though, by Parker Adams, who we had on earlier. And then right here, they just kind of run right off tackle on us and kick us out and block down and certainly go up now 27-14.
Now they are going to do anything but kick it to Jameer Tyson.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And this is the last possession of the game, and it was a really strange possession. We threw 10 passes.
Yeah.
Didn't complete a single one.
Yeah.
And had two defensive pass interference.
That's right. Yeah. We moved the ball 30 yards, but it's 2 15-yard penalties.
And had some really good throws by Landon. Just weren't.
Yeah,
able
it just
to
dropped.
Away with the
I mean,
catches.
you had 6 drops in a row, and that's tough. You hate to see that. But once again, great job by our guys. Great effort all night long. Good luck to Coach Varner and the Allatoona team, and hopefully we'll see how things shake out.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
It's football time again in Northwest Georgia. Not a lot has changed at the Oakwood Cafe since we filmed last season. We are still serving the same fantastic food we have for the past 13 years. Our staff is many of the familiar faces you consider family. Our catering department is the best in North Georgia, serving over 400 people daily. We love this community, and we wake up 6 days a week looking forward to serving you your favorite Oakwood Cafe meal with a smile. Oakwood Cafe in historic downtown Dalton.
Buy from the pros who know at Proformance Sports Academy. Our pro shop has one of the largest selections of bats, gloves, and cleats in the North Georgia area, featuring Rawlings, Wilson, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Mizuno, and the largest New Balance cleat dealer in the area. We provide baseball and softball gear for travel leagues, rec leagues, middle school, and high school programs. Get your baseball and softball training, equipment, and uniforms from the former collegiate and professional players who know at Proformance Sports Academy. ProformanceSportsAcademy.com.
Hi, my name is Charles R. Hicks Sr. I'm the owner of Transformers Transmission and Complete Auto Repair Specialist. We have some exciting news. We are expanding to Sugar Road.
That's right, brother. We are building a brand new 30,000 square foot automotive repair facility to better serve our community.
Also want to let you know that we are still open at 815 East Walnut Avenue for all your automotive needs. From the Transformers crew,
thank you and God bless.
All right, Coach, we're coming up on our last game. Unfortunately, we know that for a fact after losing to Allatoona last week, that eliminated from the playoffs. And talk about the standings here in a minute. Let's talk about Osborne coming to town. Team that struggled this year. They were playing a non-region schedule.
That's right.
And the GHSA, for whatever reason, forced them back into region. So why don't you talk about that, how that happened? Because you got notified this summer, right?
And
we lost a game.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing because when the GHSA came out 3 years ago and said, okay, we're going to create this 7A and we're going to realign, but it's going to be a done deal. Winky wink, I guess.
A 4-year block.
It's a 4-year block where normally it's been a 2-year block. We're going to do this 7A. We're going to appease all you people that want to put private into one and public into one. I mean, they made a lot of accommodations, but they said, here's the deal. When we do that, 4 years. So don't apply for realignments to that. And so if you're going to play a non-region schedule, it's going to be a non-region schedule. Well, non-region schedule just basically means you go out and get 10 teams. to play.
And you don't compete for the regional
You don't
title.
compete for. You're conceding up front.
In
We're
that
not going to be in the
sport, just
play.
in that sport.
Yeah, and it's not uncommon. Some teams
Not at all.
they're building their programs. That's the most common. Teams that are new schools. Sometimes there's realignments within school districts, like Cobb County or Gwinnett County might be infamous for doing at times. So there's a lot of reasons why you do it. But long story is, so when we came up with our original schedules, Osborne was not in our region. Fast forward.
Surprise.
Get to the 2-year mark, surprise. Like I said, we're not going to change anything. Well, what do? They go back, and we've already got contracts set up. So what winds up happening is they force Osborne back into our region for whatever reason. We've yet to get, that's the one thing about JHSA, they don't really give us much feedback when it comes to stuff like that. So we don't know how or why, but they get forced back into our region. We have to redraw our schedules, redo our contracts. Well, when that happens, we wind up, as a result, losing one of our local games. Well, in that process, they've had a realignment.
In our case, Calhoun.
That's right, and Calhoun had their own realignment. They went from sub-regions to a straight region by losing a member. So we gained a member, they lost a member. They wound up getting picked up by, I think it's the Corky Kell Classic. So they lost a game, we lost a game, and so we lost that opportunity. So this team, I don't want to say they cost us a game, a local game, but they certainly they cost us a game from the standpoint of we didn't have that available slot anymore.
Right.
So like I said, it was one of those things that there was nothing we could do about it. I'm not sure if Osborne could have done anything. I don't know if they appealed to get back in or whatever, but they're now back in. Second coach in 2 years. The former coach, Coach Helton, resigned. This guy was the Coach Isham was their defensive coordinator, so it happened late, so they promoted him to the head coach so that they'd maintain some consistency because Osborne's committed to a winning program. If you go down and look at the facilities, you and I went down last year for multiple basketball games. They were in the process of basically rebuilding about 40% of the school. New turf on the field, blah, 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 a bunch of stuff, new gym. So they're trying to make an investment in this Osborne High School. It's just not there yet.
Right.
And so, like I said, that's kind of where we find them and they find themselves.
They played a couple of good games early in the season against a couple of non-region teams, but I mean, can't say it in the way they're struggling.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, you look at a team that's predominantly young, for lack of a better phrase, they're just young at just about most of their positions. Second of all, it's a team that probably has overall good team speed, and there seems to be, they're a little bit like South Cobb. They've simplified what they were doing. We've actually faced them this summer at a PADS camp over at Pickens County. And so we kind of have an idea of what they were doing then. You and I both know when you're 0-9, what you were doing and what you're doing today.
What you were doing in July is not the same thing you're doing
There
in
had to
November.
be some kind of change. So I think based on what we talked today when we were breaking down film, I think we really got to go into this with an open mind, knowing, and I'll just go ahead and get into the fact, I think looking at us offensively, I think they have to look at the teams that have beat us and look at their defenses, what they do, what they did against us, and kind of marry that and say, okay, this is kind of where we're going to find ourselves. From an offensive standpoint, they've got, like South Cobb, tons of talent, tons of skill. So we've got to play sound defense. We've got to find ourselves never with anybody behind us. And from a special team standpoint, they're going to be probably what I'd call average to maybe a little bit below average, just based on the fact that you've brought up many times. We have probably had the best year kicking. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen as many kickers as we've had this year.
Talk about the challenge real quick before we wrap up here of keeping the team focused. The kids are not dumb. They see the film. They know their record.
That's right.
It's our job, responsibility to keep them focused.
Yeah, I think that may be one of the hardest parts of our job because kids are much more aware. That's probably the better way to say it. They're much more aware of what teams. Back when you and I played, half the teams we played, you didn't know their records, and you certainly didn't know much about them because we had those 8mm films. Who was going to, we just didn't have any. We had handwritten scouting reports. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Now, every one of these kids, I'm sure, has gone on YouTube, have gone on Huddle. They've pulled up highlights, Preps, whatever, and they've seen each other. So they know what they're seeing. They know what we're facing. So already having I think that's one of the toughest things that we'll do this week is keeping them focused on the task at hand. tons of coaches do it every week, so it's not a bad situation. It's just a reality of what we're faced with. I think what our team, and more specifically, I think what our coaches do well, they do an outstanding job of keeping our kids focused on it is about your job, and it is about you executing your job within the concept and the framework of our team design. And you're going to be graded, or you're going to be, critiqued, or you're going to be criticized, or whatever it is, based on your performance to do your job. So it's really more, and I know people hear Nick Saban talk about the process, and they may not understand what he's saying about, but that's really what this is. There's a process. The process is, it doesn't matter all these other things you can't control. Are you going to do your job against that guy lined up in front of you, play after play after play after play? And I think that's how our coaches do a great job of keeping our guys focused in weeks like this.
Absolutely. Take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
The holiday season is here. Let Carpet Express help decorate your home. Our warehouses are full of great values on carpet, wood, vinyl, and luxury vinyl planks in the latest styles and trends. And don't worry, because one of the best things about Carpet Express is our professional installation. Floor covering made easy. Shop us online or just stop by either of our 2 locations. Make your selection and we'll do the rest. Light up your home this holiday season with Carpet Express.
With VidLink, OptiLink's exciting new entertainment platform, you'll have the freedom to stream VidLink content on multiple devices, even when away from home. Plus, with VidLink, you can access the widest array of content on the market. You'll get great features like Restart, Replay, cloud-based DVR storage, all HD programming, and so much more. Contact us today to see how you can get linked to the next big thing in video entertainment.
All right, Coach, we've come to the end of the show. Hard to believe it's week 9 of the season already. So let's talk a little bit about the playoff standings. Unfortunately, we've broken our streak. Started in
2010.
2010 was the last time we didn't make it. So let's talk about the standings. Why don't you update kind of the teams in our region and where they are?
Well, where we fall now, obviously we're the 5th team. We're out. We have lost to the 4 teams that are the top teams, number 1 being Creekview. And then
at the time we played them, they were all ranked.
All 4 teams were in the top 5 when we played them. So certainly, yeah. I mean, and we're probably, if you remember back two years ago, all 4 of the 5 region members in Region 1 when we played Valdosta, if you remember, they were all ranked top 6, top 7, whatever. Kind of the same situations happened in our region, and with those being number 1 being Creekview, number 2 being Allatoona, number 3 Sequoia, and then Harrison has fallen out, but they were ranked in the top. So we had 4 of those 4. And that's kind of where they line up right now. Based on Friday's games, and the only one I'm really familiar with, I know that Sequoia plays Allatoona and Harrison plays Creekview. So those games right there are going to determine what 1, 2, 3, and 4 look like. But I do know that they have the situation's going to come in place where potentially the point spread or point differential between the region members are going to be part of the equation. So if Creekview wins out, it's simple, easy, they're number 1. 2, 3, and 4 may have to be determined if Sequoia beats Allatoona. If Allatoona beats Sequoia, then they're number 2, and then 3 and 4 works itself out.
And of course, just my editorial comment, being the good sport I am, I hope they all lose in the first round of the
Absolutely,
playoffs.
Absolutely. We'd expect nothing less.
That's right. So Friday night down at Allatoona, we had a good for the weather and the conditions.
Absolutely,
a good turnout of Catamount fans. Certainly appreciated them coming down.
I can't imagine anybody in Region 6 not enjoying the Dalton Catamounts being a part of their region, because based on what comes to our location versus what goes to their location is probably, no lie, 10-1 at a minimum.
Our band goes every week.
Our band goes every week.
A lot of times teams don't bring their band.
3 of our 5 teams last year did not even bring their bands up. So I mean that certainly is something that's. But I think the other thing that's great about the group that travels with us is they're not only participants, they're fans. We had here's a team. 2 years ago wins the state championship, or 3 years ago wins the state championship, won the region championship last year, and they've probably got, I don't know, I mean, would you say 1,000? I mean,
maybe.
That's including the band, that people standing around the game. So I mean, you're talking about, and that's what makes our people special. I mean, we probably had, I'd say, something close to that traveled with us, and it was just awesome to see. And like I said, you see in the highlights, or you saw in the highlights, that we just, our parents, our fans, there's so many people that go that are not, that don't have children in our program. And that's who makes our program, and I really appreciate those people being a part of that and willing to do that, particularly right now while we are traveling to and fro.
Quarterback Club, thank them real fast, providing the buses again. Our kids don't have to travel on yellow school buses; they go down on charter buses.
Yeah, and there was that slight momentary panic when we realized that there was no chicken Friday night. These guys have been so conditioned to getting that box of chicken, and then finding they've been placed inside in a dry area. It's like, oh no, where's the chicken? So yeah, these guys, I tell you, they're taken care of. There's seriously, and I really mean this, there are college programs that do not get, first of all, that do not have the facilities that our kids have. The commitment our administration and our booster club has made between our turf room, our practice turf field, the weight room that we have, which we've just done a renovation on, it's phenomenal. So the fact of the way that we're supported with facilities, but then second of all, the way they make that trip, and you say, oh, you got to drive 2 hours to, to South Cobb, and you got to drive an hour and 20 minutes to, Canton and all this. Here's the reality. You know what? Yeah, you do. But the reality is you're doing the playoffs.
Right.
So to me, I look at it as an advantage. It starts getting us ready. But our guys travel in coach buses. They travel and we have a great meal at Longhorn before we leave. Great meal when we went on the way back home. So, I mean, I know you played in college. I played in college. It's as good as the college experience I had. And so to me, I'm just proud that our players get to have that experience because it's a unique experience and it's different than when you're playing Calhoun, Northwest, Ringo, Ridgeland, these kind of teams, and you're driving around on cheese wagons.
And that's made possible by the Quarterback Club, the corporate sponsors,
absolutely,
the parents, all those people
Century
pitch
Club
in.
members,
that's right,
everybody.
All those folks pitch in to make that happen.
It's a big organism that just continues to evolve and move every year, and fresh blood will flow in and some old blood will fall out, because their kids have come through and they've been in here 10 and 12 and 15 years volunteering on Friday nights, and they need a break, and that's great. We've got young parents moving in, and then we see those people come back in. So second to none, we've got a state championship booster club for sure.
Absolutely. Let's wrap up like we always do. We'll be back next week, same cat time, same cat channel.
Go Big Red.